That night, hell itself descended upon them, under siege by the Sasquatch horde. They were settling in for the night, the fire flickering low, when the first rock hit the roof. Thud. Then another. The thumping of heavy footsteps surrounded them, circling the small wooden cabin. They could hear them breathing, deep, growling exhales just beyond the walls. Then, without warning, the creatures attacked. Massive boulders began crashing against the cabin walls, shaking the entire structure. The men grabbed their rifles and fired blindly into the darkness, but the creatures didn't stop. The walls trembled as something slammed against the door. The prospectors braced against it, holding it shut with their own bodies. Then came the shrieking, a howl so unearthly and wild that Beck described it as the sound of demons let loose. One of the creatures climbed onto the roof, its massive weight causing the beams to creak and sag. It reached down the chimney, its long hairy arms swiping at the fire. One of the men grabbed a burning log and shoved it up the chimney, sending embers and flames bursting upward. The creature howled in pain and scrambled away. Hours passed like this. Shrieks, pounding footsteps, stones crashing against the walls. One of the creatures reached through a crack in the logs, nearly grabbing one of the men by the arm. A shotgun blast sent it retreating into the darkness. The men took turns firing at the moving shadows, but there were too many. They couldn't see them clearly, only dark, hulking figures moving between the trees. The assault continued until dawn. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the creatures vanished into the forest. The cabin was nearly destroyed. The door hung by a single hinge, the walls dented and battered from the barrage of stones and bodies slamming against them all night.